Today we'll be talking about the 5 things you can expect from your first therapy appointment. I'm going to give you the inside scoop as to what these first few sessions will look like with me, and I'm also going to give you the general structure for what this might look like if you're going to see somebody else or you're transitioning to a new therapist. I know meeting somebody for the first time often brings up a lot of questions. Will I like this person? What are they gonna say? What if I don't like them? And I hope to answer all of those questions for you as well today. If we haven't met before, I'm Shaneé with Evolve Relational Therapy. I help clients with relationships, so if you are struggling, please reach out. The first step is saying hello. And this is assuming, you've already turned in your paperwork and you've shown up to your appointment. You're basically just introducing yourself. I'll bring you into the office, or you'll click on to join the meeting if you're joining me online, and I'll introduce myself. I'll say something like, "Hi, I'm Shaneé, it's nice to meet you," and you'll respond by saying something very similar. And that's pretty much it. Pretty quick and painless. Number 2 is reviewing the paperwork. And the reason why we keep the introduction so short is because we want to make sure you're making an informed decision about treatment before we start talking about any concerns or problems or anything that might be more personal. So we'll be going over things like your rights, limits to confidentiality, our policies and procedures, all of that fun stuff to make sure that you can make the informed decision. I know a lot of you dread talking about paperwork, but I think this is also a good opportunity, especially if you are feeling quite nervous meeting somebody new, to sit back and take a deep breath, just slowly breathing. And maybe noticing yourself feeling a little bit calmer or more relaxed during this period. When I'm done kind of talking about the policies and procedures and things that you need to know, I'll ask you if you have any questions. And this is a good time for you to ask about anything that I do or you want to know, or therapy in general. We can address all of those questions that you have. If you forget your question because you're still feeling nervous, then you can ask at any point during treatment, no worries. Number 3 is talking about your goals. And this is probably my favorite part within the first session because you get to open up a little bit more to me and I get to hear about what you hope to gain from therapy or where you'd like to be at the end of therapy. This is what informs my treatment plan and my interventions with you moving forward. So in order to tailor this experience to meet your needs, I really have to know very clearly what it is you want, what you're hoping to find. And you might not be aware of that, or you might not know what that looks like, especially if the problem's really feeling large. It can feel almost consuming, and that's fine. It's something that I can help you with. And so I have different ways of doing that, but in the end, we're just looking for a general goal. Number 4 is assessments. Assessments happen in multiple ways. Usually I'm able to do an assessment in a way that feels like a very fluid type of conversation. Other times, especially if we've run out of time or I need specific information, I might give you a paper assessment, or I might have you do it at home by yourself and then come back and review it with me. I try to keep the assessments from being too scary, but I know they can be intimidating at times. So if you have questions about why we're doing assessment or anything else, then please ask. I generally take a very open approach to working with clients, so let me know. If you are part of a family or a group or a couple or something like that, then I might be asking you to meet with me individually, and this usually happens in the 2nd or 3rd session. This is really to help you with individual needs or concerns. Assessments might take longer depending on the number of people that we're seeing, so just keep that in mind and be a little bit flexible with us. Generally, those first 1 to 3 sessions are all of this introductory phase where we're meeting, we're going over goals, we're doing assessments and things like that. Number 5 is saying goodbye. And this piece is pretty straightforward. We'll recap any major highlights or things like that, talk about homework if you have homework, and we'll plan for our next session if you'd like to be seen again. You should know that you have no obligations to continue therapy with me or any other therapist. So if something feels like it's not right, or you've given it a try and it still feels like it's not working, then please listen to that gut feeling and reach out to somebody else. Hopefully you are feeling a bit more comfortable and confident knowing what to expect now that you have this basic framework for what therapy will look like. And of course, things might vary slightly, but the structure should be pretty similar across therapies. So now you have that structure, and you know that you can relax a little bit when you hear about the paperwork. You can take a few deep breaths, and if in the end it doesn't work out or it doesn't fit, you can reach out to somebody else, no obligations. So just give it a shot. Anyway, until next time, bye-bye. Hopefully you are feeling a bit more as we go through these. We want to really make sure we're able to meet your needs and address any underlying